Okay, guys. Good morning, and how are you? I think that you are fine. Yes. Okay. Today we have a new topic. Today's topic we'll call it evolution and development stages of the appearance of the life on Earth. Okay. The last lesson I gave you new information to repeat. I know that you are know about it. Yes. Okay. Beginner, I want play with you one game. Our game called it success criteria. Zara, I want get your opinion. How can we get the maximum result? And you have to come up with a criterion. For example, students can use the new information in practice or in your life. Second, please, Ulbahat, how do you think?
Yes, you learn more about the history of the Earth's first living organism.
Excellent. Second, third, please, Marjan, how do you think?
In a new lesson, I want to find out what is the very first plant and what period existed and how many were there.
Excellent. Right. Now, I won't talk you that I write down each task to evaluate it, guys. Understood me? Яғни барлық сабақтарды тапсырмаларды сіздерге алдын ала беріп отырамын. Бағалап отырамын өзіме. Түсіндің ме? Okay, task number 1. Жаңа нені шевер? Слайдта. Task number 1, Петр. I will give you several questions. You must find the answer to that question in the video, guys. Okay? Attention, please. Here, I want now about your qualities and how as you watch and listen video. Be careful, please, guys. Let's start.
Earliest known life forms on Earth, as far as we know, existed 3.7 billion years ago. But it is important to know that that is just what we know now. Most likely, organisms existed as far as 4.2 billion years ago, which pretty much says that as soon as the Earth formed with its oceans, life began existing. But the interesting thing is that life did not evolve on the surface of the planet, but actually it evolved deep down in the oceans where hydrothermal vents are. So this means that life evolved without the help of sunlight. Rather, life just needs some sort of energy in some form to continue existing. The meteorites found that were 4.5 billion years old contained all of the organic compounds needed for life to arise, and those meteorites pretty much tell us that life existed very early on, since through natural processes, these organic compounds eventually became alive. First alive organisms were around hydrothermal vents, as they provided heat along with other things necessary for survival. These organisms were competing with each other for resources, which is what drove them to become more and more complex, eventually forming multicellular organisms. Remember, from these things evolved everything that is alive today. From that point to which these organisms existed to this point now, 99% of all species went extinct. So we today are seeing only 1% of things, while the rest 99% of species will always be hidden away. But really, we cannot even see the 1% of things that are alive because there is life in nearly unreachable places, all the way down from the deepest part of our oceans to near space. So this first life form that lived around hydrothermal vents, what was it like? Well, for starters, they were procryonic. meaning they are pretty much the simplest alive thing possible. They are 10 times smaller on average than the later eukaryotic bacteria, have much simpler DNA, which just floats around the cell with no nucleus, and in pretty much every way, these first microscopic procreates were simpler than the later single-celled organisms, which had a nucleus. And these prokaryotic cells were, for around 2 billion years, the only organism that lived, which is half of the history of our planet. Day in life of a prokaryotic cell 4 billion years ago was not very uptight. They had enough energy to survive and thrive. And for that reason, evolution did not take place rapidly. It took 2 billion years for something significant to happen. So that is what the first organisms that ever lived were like. They were obviously simple and lived somewhat comfortably. And because of them, we are now here talking about them.
So guys, I think that you answered this video, yes? So I have a question for you. Question number 1. Who would like talk? Who would like answer for me? For example, Janelle, please. How do you think?
When did the planet Earth appear? The approximate date of formation of the Earth is roundly 4.5 billion years ago, and the entire process of our planet's formation took about 10 to 20 years.
Okay, thank you very much. Very good. Okay, question number 2. What happened on the Earth in the beginning? Yildoz, please.
Yeah, well, of course. At first, the Earth was not even able to support life. There was no oxygen in the atmosphere, and Earth's surface was extremely hot. Slowly, over millions of years, the Earth was changed so that plants and animals could begin to grow. Living things then changed the Earth even more.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Okay.
What change did Archaea make? Archaea can generate energy differently and have unique ecological roles to play, such as being responsible for producing biological methane, something no eukaryotes or bacteria can do. Archaea are famous for their love for living in extreme environments.
Okay. The next question, Mira, please. Let's start.
So the first ever living organisms are called protobionts. They have existed at the Proterozoic era.
Mira, can you repeat bit slowly, please? Okay, can you repeat, please?
Oh, the first ever living organisms are called protobionts, and they have existed at the Proterozoic era.
Excellent, excellent. Ashultan, please. Next.
How long was the Archean era? The Archean era was 4 to 2.5 billion years ago, so it was about 1 billion years.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. For example, what is a protobiont? How do you think, guys? What's a protobiont? Are you answered me? Who would like to talk me? What is a protobionts? I don't know. Guys.
Well, protobionts are the first ever living organisms. They are more likely like organic molecules because they are the first ones. They are quite primitive.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. The next our question. Task number 2. Zra, read the text. Be careful, please, guys. Okay? Be careful, please. Zra, now, just Janelle, please. Let's start reading, and other students be listening and be careful, please. Are you answered me, guys? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Let's start with Diana, please.
First, geologists have long been studying the few remnants of this time recorded in rock in the hope of finding clues about the conditions on Earth. The only records from between 4.6 and 4 billion years ago that remain are found in a hard crystalline mineral called zircon. However, it is vital that scientists alone will learn.
Diana, sorry. Can you read please bit slowly, okay?
It's okay. Learn as much as possible about this time as it is in these inhospitable and hellish conditions that the origin of life occurred.
Continue.
Second, we know that life on Earth is built around compounds that contain elements such as carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen. Complex sequences of these elements bond together, forming the very building blocks of life. They form essential organic molecules such as sugars, enzymes, and proteins, and DNA.
Yes, of course. Sentence of search, yes. Yan Mohammed, please, let's start reading.
When the Earth appeared, the development of living organisms began. The development of organisms consists of several eras: Archean, Proterozoic, Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and the Cenozoic. The oldest archaea was about 3 billion years ago. After another 2 billion years, the first living organism appeared in the Proterozoic. They were called protobionts. The first cell-free living organism from the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes began to develop.
Okay.
The appearance of cyanobacteria increased oxygen in the atmosphere by several times. So other multicultural organisms of sponges, jellyfish, mollusks developed. In the Paleozoic, the appearance of land developed very quickly. So the first plants appeared on land, xylophytes. Further, other plants and the trees developed. In the Mesozoic, reptiles were widespread in the fauna. They were called dinosaurs. In the last period of the Mesozoic, many dinosaurs became extinct. This led to the appearance of the first mammals, called them the triconodonts. The Canis era continues to this day.
Guys, sorry, there mistake, not Canis, Cenozoic, okay? It's my mistake. Okay, let's continue, please. Put the missing word that are in the text. There have 6 sentences for you. You can use this bottom. Just there are options at the bottom. You can use them. Okay, guys. Сіздер осы сөйлемдерді қолдансаңыздар болады астындағы. Okay, and are you understand? For example, planet Earth was created about 4 to 4.5 billion years ago. Continue, please. For example, Asultan, please.
Geologists have found preserved records in a solid crystalline mineral that's called zircon. And zircon is a mineral belonging to the group of neosilicates and is the source of the metal zirconium.
Okay, thank you. Second question, Mira, please.
Life on Earth is built on the elements carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen. They formed organic elements such as sugar, DNA, enzymes, and proteins.
Very good, very good. Sentence third. Next. Who would like to help me?
Okay, so
Okay. Sorry.
Proterozoic was the longest era in the development of the Earth. It lasted about 2 billion years.
Alim, please. Alim, you heard me? Alim. Shana, please. Sentence of 5.
The very first multicellular organisms are sponges, jellyfish, and mollusks.
Okay. Very good.
7.
Okay. Next question. Who'd like to talk? Next question. Diana, please.
The very first multicellular organisms are sponges, jellyfish, mollusks, or mollusks.
No. It's mistake. The first mammal was triconodons, please. Triconodon, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, я прочитала.
Okay. The next our lesson. The next our task. Practical work. Who did the practical work, guys? Would like to talk me about it? About first picture. For example, Mulder. How do you think? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's start, please.
Разрешение можете дать?
Just a minute. Let's start.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Are you ready, man?
Yes, вот, конечно.
Let's start, please.
Quotes about theory. Authors of the theory, this apparent Haldane. The apparent Haldane hypothesis of according to the theory of biochemical evolution, the formation of life on Earth proceeds in 3 stages. First stage is the abiogenetic synthesis of organic substance, the formation of polymers, and the formation of membrane structures, and the emergence of self-reproduction. Abiogenetic synthesis of organic substance, according of the apparent theory. The emergence of life on the Earth was possible only in the conditions of an unseized atmosphere and the absence of living organisms. In the first stages of the extensis, our Earth was a red hot ball, as it's called. A primary atmosphere gradually formed, consisting of ammonia, methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and water vapor. There was no oxygen or ozone in the atmosphere of the ancient Earth. With the future decrease in the temperature, a primary ocean was formed under the influence of various types of energy: electrical discharge, nuclear repressions, solar radiation. Simple organic compounds were formed, formic acid, amino acid, this stage of biochemical evolution was completed experimental by biotechs Miller and Oro and other scientists. In experimental installations, simulation the conditions of the primary Earth, they obtained aldehydes, amino acids, simple sugars, purine, and pyrimidine bases nucleotides. In the formation of membrane structures and the emergence of self-reproductions. The results proteins formed colloidal complexes, iteration water molecules themselves. This is how quartz-vat appeared columns of organic matter isolated from the rest of the water mass. And organic compounds constitution entered the conservats, resulting in the scientists of more complex substance. They could merge and grow in size. And membranes and biological membranes could form from lipid films on the surface on quartz-vat. The combinations of quartz-vat with nucleic acid led of the formation of primitive self-reproduction living organism, protobions. The primary organisms were anaerobes and heterotrophs and fed of the substance of the primary birth. That's about 35 billion years ago. According to the hypothesis, the organic of life on Earth was completed. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Your information was very, very good. I think that we can use your information in our life. Yes. Okay. Okay. Next,
I'd like to.
Yeah.
Okay, Mira. Let's start. Let's start.
Okay. So. It's a bit loading. So my theme is xylophotites. We have already read some information before about them. They are also known as the first ever plants that have conquered mainland. They are a form of genus of extinct plants, so we don't have them right now, which also explains the lack of information and research. It was created by Hyok in 1952. They had very spiny stems, and they did not have any sporangia-forming organs. So because of these qualities, they couldn't have been assigned to a more precise genus or other species. And their fossils have been found in China's Xinjiang, Brazil, Belgium, Wales, and all of these fossils have been identified to have existed around 400 million years ago. And also, as you can see, although these plants grew on land, they did not have any roots. They had rhizoids, as our present time algae, which kind of shows how they were quite primitive in their own way. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Done.
Thank you. Yildiz, please, the next picture. Can you talk me?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Yes.
I had a Paleozoic era. Life starts in the seas and moves onto lands. It had reached 570 million years ago to 225 million years ago. They had 6 periods. The first was Cambrian, the second was Ordovician, the third Silurian, the fourth Devonian, Carboniferous, and Permian. In the Cambrian period, we had the first trilobites, forms, brachiopods, nautiloids, clams, snails, crustaceans, crinoids, gastropods, corals, and protozoans. It was 550 million to the 504 million years ago. That was the average of the first era.
One illustrator, please. I cannot see. I cannot watch your screen.
You don't give me rights to present. I don't see the button right over here.
Okay, that's true. Continue, please. Continue.
Living organisms of the Ordovician period, Silurian, about 4 million years ago, living organisms came to land. The first terrestrial plants were rhinophytes, in which integumentary, conductive, and mechanical tissues were formed. Together with the plants, the first animals breathing atmospheric air, arachnids, came out onto.
Okay. I finish. Ildos?
Yes. Can you listen me?
Yes, of course. Yes. Thank you very much. The next, our picture. Let's start with Asghar. Let's start with.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Screen, please.
Let me show you my presentation first. My topic is Trikonodon. Can you see it, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I hope you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Trikonodon, one of the first prehistoric Mesozoic primitive mammals. What do we know about them? Here in the pictures, you can see approximate their shape. How could they look like in the Mesozoic era? Those are actually these two pictures. Lower are his approximate teeth. And I can tell that these teeth are very connected with Trikonodon's name, because its name means it's 3 sculpted teeth. So Trikonodons are a detachment of ancient mammals, or infraclass in the subclass of theriforms. They have no descendants among modern mammals. They lived in the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods. They were found on all continents except Australia, and their name, literally 3 cone tooth, is based on the characteristic shape of the teeth. Here in the picture you can see them. And the next, it was first described in 1859 by Richard Owen. Trikonodon is a type of genus for the order of Trikonodonta, a group of mammals characterized by their 3 cusped smaller teeth. So since then, this simplistic type of dentition has been understood to be either ancestral for mammals or else to have evolved multiple times, rendering Trikonodons a paraphyletic or polyphyletic assemblies respectively, but several lineages of Trikonodont mammals do form a natural monophyletic group known as Eutrikonodonta, of which Trikonodon is indeed part of. And the last one, importance of Trikonodon. Trikonodon is significant in the understanding of the evolution of mammals by originating the understanding of the Trikonodon great and Eutrikonodon clade. Further discoveries on its skeletal anatomy also offer further insights on the biology of Mesozoic mammals. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. The next the last picture. Ulbakhat, please, can you talk me? Ulbakhat, please, if you talk, please, can you talk very quickly, please? Okay, guys, we don't have free time. Okay. I answered me?
Да, есть, но можете менің сайтымды қосуға.
Okay. Ой. I don't have your slide. I don't have. Sorry.
Okay, я могу и без слайда говорить.
Okay, let's start, please. Let's start.
Archaea, volcanoes and different gases. Therefore, there are many prokaryotes and cyanobacteria. Next, proterozoa. A lot of rain, the appearance of green, red algae. The first eukaryotes. Next, Paleozoa. The climate and becomes stable, and the first terrestrial, not vertebrates, the gymnosperm of plants, the reptilians, and even the first amphibians and the fish. Next, Mesozoic. The climate become drier and the mountains, the trees appeared in the beginning. There were dinosaurs, its flower plants, but then at the giant reptilians, diet out and first vertebrates animals and mammals and birds appeared.
I finished. No?
Yeah, next, Cenozoa, the emergence of mountains and forests and species of mammals and bison mammals become extinction. A bird and homing, pongid, pithecanthropes, nanthrope, Neanderthal. It's that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Continue, guys. Can I show my screen? Okay, guys. Okay.
Yes.
The next our lesson. Next our task, please. Take a test and use quiz program. I think that you know about quiz program. Yes, guys, everyone. Enter the quizzes program from your phone or laptop or computer, please. Let's start, please, guys. Can you enter, please, quiz program, guys? Okay. Do you watch my screen, guys? No?
Yes.
Guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's start, please. Let's start, please.
Код.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Should write this code, please. Everyone. I see. Okay. So. Oscar. Please, guys. Dots. Good. Everyone.
1 second.
Let's start, please, guys. Ермухамбет, Даяна.
Teacher, here are better with me.
Okay. Can I start, guys? Can I start? Guys.
Yes, sir.
Let's start, guys. Okay, let's start, please. I'll make the time. Finish, guys. Everyone.
Oh.
Finish.
Блин.
So, guys, stop. So, what's your result, guys? Stop. It's a result, guys. Okay. Graph of your result. Who has right answer? Okay, the next. I won't show your assessment. I won't show assessment about today's lesson, guys. Okay. Okay. I put you 3 points to each task. Task number 3 quizzes. I will give you. I don't know. I think that I will give you 4 points, everyone. 3 to 4 points. Okay, guys. As a result, you'll have just a minute. 3 Yildoz 4 Mulder 4 Muhammad 3 Mira 3 Elias 3 points, and you have just 9 9 10 8 9 8 9 8 8 9 and 8. Your result is, I think that you have got good grades, guys. Good grades. Okay. So, our lesson is over, guys. Today's lesson. So, I won't give you the next our lesson home task. Home task. Yes. Just a minute. Okay. I will give you practical work. The next our lesson, guys. Practical work, call it what changes where in Cenozoic, guys. You should find new information about Cenozoic. Okay, guys, Sarah? I answered me? Okay.
Yes.
If you have a question for me, guys, you can talk, you can ask me. If you want to talk about today's topic, about today's new information, you can ask. You can answer for me. Would like to talk? Everyone?
No questions.
What's up, please? You have 1 minute. No? Okay.
No, there are no
Question for you
questions.
Sure,
guys.
I want to talk about like our lessons.
This topic is over. Thank you very much. See you later, guys.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.